We see you have clicked on this video and we'd like to presume it's because you want to figure out which 4 assets are needed for you to be swimming in thousands of dollars by the end of the year. As much as we'd like for that to happen to anyone, it's not an easy journey. In fact, there's really no shortcut to success unless you have the planets align on your luck. But let's get realistic. You need to put in a lot of time and some hard research to be able to reach these goals. You might be lurking around the internet and researching all the time, but what we can tell you is you have to put in work. It's no guarantee that these assets are a walk in the park, but what we are certain is you'd be enjoying it more than clocking in a 9 to 5 job, which you don't actually like. So you got less working hours, more likable tasks, and of course, more money. A power combo. Welcome to Financial Market TV. If you're new to the channel and enjoy content like this, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, please don't hesitate to share your comments down below and give this video a like. Let's get started. We're sure you are more than ready, so let's begin with the first asset. No surprise, it's stocks. Now, how exactly does a stock make you rich? You might be familiar with the company Tesla. Well, Tesla stock has multiplied from $42 a share to an astonishing amount of $400 a share in just a year. So that's not exactly a millionaire's portfolio, but can you say no to having your money jump from 0 to 10 times higher in just a year? A lot of people can attest that what they've got is a reasonable return after investing in Tesla. But we now have another example, Zoom. From what was once a mere company in the shadows to now the biggest communication tool in the world, also had a big jump of their stocks from $70 a share to $500. We also have DraftKings, or DKNG, also went up from $10 to $50 per share, which is 5 times higher. Alright, so you see, these are the ones in the big leagues, but they are proof on how stocks can actually make you richer. You can go ask Buffett, or Munger, or any other billionaire in the world. They would agree that the stocks are one of the biggest moneymakers, but again, it's not instant. You can't be lazy when investing in stocks, or else your investments would go down instead of the higher end. Without research and hard work, you wouldn't be able to figure out that Tesla or DraftKings are worth it. Bottom line is, you need to be constantly playing in the game in order for you to win up front. This is kind of like basketball. If you consider yourself a basketball fan, you'd be hooked to your TV watching every game. You enjoy it at the same time, of course. This is with the same stocks and investing. Once you get the hang of it, you'll learn to have fun with it. You then start asking questions about all the possibilities, such as which companies can further make you earn more money. Probably AI, or esports, or even electric vehicles. But what happens next is you start buying their stocks, and who knows, you might end up finding the next Tesla or Apple. You basically just have to be in the game and keep playing. But what if you've never invested before and you have zero experience and have no clue on where to start? Well, for starters, look at where you are now. It's a wonderland of information once you go online. There's a lot of online crash courses that can help you build up. There's also tons, and we mean tons, of YouTube videos and YouTubers who are accessible in just a click of a button. But the best thing is, it's all free. Thank God for the internet, am I right? Another piece of advice we can give you is to always be at the tip of your toes. When you're beginning, you don't really have to be an instant millionaire. You don't need a lot of capital to begin with. Let's say you can start up with around $100 or maybe $200, which is enough to build up your portfolio. There are stocks like AT&T, which is already in the 5G sector and costs only $25 a share. There's also Activation Blizzard, the gaming company that goes for $80 a share. So it won't really hurt your pockets that much to start dipping your toes into the investment world. Once you're in, it's a whole new ballgame, an exciting one at least. Moving on to our second asset, online business. We know it's not your typical go-to choice. Sustaining an online business is super hard and takes up a lot of your time and effort. People would think, oh, I'm safer and more secure with a 9 to 5 job. But the good news is you can actually keep your 9 to 5 job but also have an online business as a side hustle. Another great thing is anyone can start it. It doesn't matter what your interests are, what your degree is, or what you prefer on a Friday night activity is. Regular people, not millionaires, have all started and built an empire with a mere online business. Remember, the online world is basically where most of us live now, and it is to our advantage. The younger generation is the market to aim for, considering not many older people use technology as much as the teenagers do. We can all agree that the younger people know technology like the back of their hand. The only problem is that they would rather use it to post the next photo of tonight's dinner menu or binge watch their favorite comfort shows on Netflix. They don't exactly use it to make money. That could be a good thing because for potential online business owners, it's less competition. I'm sure you've heard of names who've gotten quite popular and successful doing just their online hobbies. There are a few examples, and we'll give you some with the numbers. There's a YouTuber who earns $20,000 a month just by using their spiritual niche to talk to couples who are going through some issues in her videos. We also have kids, or maybe some in their early teens, who use dropshipping to sell things online and make at least $100,000 a month. We also have a YouTuber named Kevin who basically just sits in front of the camera and rants about stimulus checks. And guess what? He's earning up to $1 million a month. So you see, it doesn't matter what you're into. You can have different positions as much as the next guy. If you're smart, you'd know how to monetize it. If you're into photography, you can always sell it on Etsy or to Shutterstock. If you know how to play the guitar or piano, why not teach kids online through video tutorials? Again, it's not going to give you bags of cash at the end of the day, but a little side income while doing your passion is not such a bad idea, right? As we see in today's era, so many people are going online, but only few have the guts to go to find a stable income with the works of technology. And like that, we have mentioned before, this could be to an online investor's advantage since the competition pool hasn't been difficult yet. So it's actually pretty easy to build a business online. Now, the third asset is real estate, and we know this is a little harder to get into in the first place. Although you can just borrow 80% of the money that you need for the house, you would still need to deposit in hand to be able to make the purchase. But anyway, it's one of the best assets that can make you rich. If you take a look at some of the world's wealthiest people, you'd find that they own some form of real estate. But despite that, you can still start even without the money. Let's look at the case of Graham Stephan. He started off as simply a real estate agent and was just selling houses. But after a few years of saving, he was able to jump in the investing side of real estate. Basically, the atmosphere of a real estate agent is full of energy all the time. As they sell houses, there's a real team buzz going on, making it more of a social environment besides the business. One of the perks of being an agent as well is getting the inside knowledge and true value of the house. You would be able to know what signs to look for to get a good deal on a property. You match this up with the social relationships you garnered, and you could say that you have a pretty good market. If you feel like following into Graham Stephan's footsteps, you can start off by becoming an agent before going into buying properties. But if you really don't have the money, you can go for something like what we call REIT, or Real Estate Investment Trust. This is basically a stock that lets you invest in real estate properties. So it's more practical and cheaper if you're not trying to blow a big amount of cash in the first place. We got Seritage Growth Property stocks, for example, which cost only $15 a share, and they invest in stocks for shipping, dining, entertainment, real estate. We also have the Armada Hoffler stocks, which go for $9 a share. That invests in office-type real estate buildings. Basically, it's just a cheaper alternative to be able to venture into the real estate for the ordinary person. But of course, if you'd really like to be richer, then you'll need to be an independent owner. That's how Trump got rich, as well as Grant Cardone. There's a long list of rich people who are also real estate investors. You don't have to be in the same range as them, but owning one or two properties or homes can bring you thousands of dollars each month, which is something already. Lastly, our fourth asset is commodities. We're talking about the likes of oil, water, and even gold. These resources are limited in the world, especially water. And once you become the owner of something that has a finite supply in the market, then it's obviously going to be a valuable investment. Another advantage you may get with these certain types of commodities are the big tax breaks. For example, oil's tangible cost for drilling is 100% deductible. So you benefit a lot from these kinds of specific commodities. Another one you can think about is Bitcoin. We know it's naturally a currency, but in a way it can also be a commodity in today's market. There is a lot of possible profit from it once Bitcoin continues to grow influentially and market more users with its practicality. But we know it can be a big risk to invest in crypto, at least if we compare it to the rest of the assets that we talked about. Now, if we take a look at the rich and the poor, their outlooks tend to be a little different. Poor people would push you for the belief that you can only be rich if you secure a stable job that earns you consistently, and a journey up the corporate hierarchy. Ignore that snooze button and wake up to get to work. That's the simple but probably hardest step to be able to earn money. On the other hand, the rich have a different opinion. For them, you work for assets. This way, you will be able to earn money even with your eyes closed, literally. You gotta buy stocks, commodities, and real estate when you get the chance, and we can't forget doing online business, which is your rabbit hole to making money in terms of the internet. If you want to get rich on your own terms without having to clock in before you could even eat breakfast, well, take our advice. We hope you surprise yourself. Thanks for watching the whole video. Again, if you're new and like this type of content, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to leave a comment down below and hit that like button. Also, click on the notification bell to get updated on our weekly uploads. See you in the next video.